What a weekend it's been for Liverpool, Jamie.
The perfect weekend. Doesn't get any better if you're a Liverpool fan right now. The performance yesterday, the VAR moment, I don't believe it was a penalty, and an enormous amount of luck. I thought it might have got overturned. But that's what you need sometimes.
Are these the little moments?
Maybe. You know, you look back and, I mean, listen, right now, 8 points is Liverpool's to lose. I believe that. I think because of the circumstances at Man City, the injuries they've got, there certainly seems something not quite right there. Liverpool are playing so well, just got to keep their heads. You know, you can imagine it's fever pitch right there now. You know, they've been through this before with Brendan, you know, last year, believing it was going to be their years. 30 years, it's been a long, long time for them. But I think if they keep their heads, keep Virgil van Dijk, Salah fit, as long as he's not too bad, I do believe it's Liverpool's year.
I don't think they can lose it from here.
We'll play that quote in about 6 months' time.
No, I mean, it's 30 games to go. I think I did the Everton-City game last Saturday, and City are not right. They're not right. I mean, they've set such a high standard.
Because of the back four, is it more?
No, the back four's not right. They're conceding chances. They just didn't concede chances last year and the year before. They're not right. They're not like they were, and they set such a high standard. And Liverpool matched that standard, barring a hair's breadth last season. And so if City drop below that, and I have to say, not replacing Company now, and obviously the injury to Laporte is a big problem for them because they look vulnerable. And City have not shown vulnerability for 2 years. They're now vulnerable, and teams will believe they can beat them. Not just Everton last week had a chance in that game. They didn't win it in the end because some of City's play was fantastic, but they had a chance. Liverpool are definitely big favourites. But Van Dijk gets injured, Salah gets injured, and all of a sudden it changes again. There is a long way to go, but they are favourites.
Salah is injured. We don't know how serious that is at this stage, Graham. Would that be a concern? How far are you prepared to go? Get carried away about Liverpool at this point?
I wouldn't. My education in football is take nothing for granted. We're in a great position right now and just deal with the next game. I think City are damaged. If you go back to our last game of the season when they got the championship, at Brighton,
yeah.
There's 3 centre-halves down on that day. You know, Company goes, Laporte gets injured, Stones is injured. And I'm sorry, but Otamendi and Fernandinho, you get away with it against the lesser teams. I mean, when Otamendi gets one-on-one today with the Wolves striker, he goes to ground so easily, and that's going to cost them. It's cost them when they went to Norwich. It's cost them today, and Stone's coming back. Will he change too much? They're in a difficult place. Liverpool just have to keep their nerve. And, you know, if you've been down that road, you've been down that road. It's just about all the focus is on the next game, nothing else.
United play Liverpool at Old Trafford, which is always a big, it's a big game. And Liverpool, as much as United are in, obviously, a difficult moment, it's still one of Liverpool's toughest games. And then Liverpool play City, I think, in a few weeks as well.
City have got Palace, then Villa, Southampton.
Yeah, no.
And then Liverpool.
Yeah, so my point is that Liverpool have got a couple of games coming up that they could drop points in. They might not.
But could those head-to-heads be crucial, as it turned out last year?
Well, it makes City have to win them.
Yeah, City have to win those games.
Both games. They have to go to Anfield and try and win. And it's not what you want to hear. You want us to come up with, they're going to win it. They've won it, give them it now. Liverpool now will only be looking at the very next game. And that may sound boring. You've been there. It is only about your next game, and then see where you are after that. And the same the following weekend and the following weekend.
The game at the Etihad last year between City and Liverpool was absolutely sensational. It really was a brilliant game. And the games at Anfield have been... The one last year wasn't that good, but the ones the year before, absolutely fantastic. And they're going to be absolute storming games, those. But look, Liverpool have still got to go to Old Trafford in a couple of weeks, and that might seem like the biggest away certainty in the world, but it won't be.
It won't be.
It won't be.